What's up, guys? This is David James, and I wanted to share a little bit about this song and why I chose it and why I think it's so cool. So this is Visual Dreams, which was a collaboration with, I guess, Girls' Generation and Intel, advertising the i3, maybe? I don't know, it was 10 years ago. It was the first K-pop tune I've ever heard. And so I clicked it was on YouTube suggestions, and I was totally blown away at how, for lack of better terms, how hip it was. It was just so cool and used chords and harmony that seemed very atypical for pop music. It would kind of seem out of place. So what is it exactly? Well, in the song there's a lot of, there's a lot of 7th chords, 11th chords. I think the main one is this E minor 7/11, but without the third. So it's this thirdless voicing. And there's a lot of, cool chords like that in the song. So what was the intention of this? I think they were, it's a computer chip, and the whole idea was to be futuristic. So they're kind of using these cool, hip ideas. If the third's too sweet, knock them out. But specifically the part I soloed over, which is kind of like this B section, is what I found really, really interesting. And the main reason is these two chords, which I view as this, this E7/11, and this next one is a B flat major 7, which is a tritone away, which is very strange if you're kind of new to music theory. You don't hear a lot of tritones, maybe in like dominant chords and stuff, but introducing an accidental tritone, it's not common in pop music. And so it's not only that I find interesting, because I've only heard it a couple times. That's how, when you hear it, Government Hooker by Lady Gaga really emphasized it. And Partition by Beyonce. So what's interesting though about this is going straight to the tritone and putting that tritone on the bass might be too heavy, so they kind of do this slick move and they put the second, they put the C in the bass, and it just gives it this really kind of hip sound. And there's something to be said about those chords that the second and the bass, because you could look at it as like a C7/9/13. But I think what they're really trying to go for is introduce this kind of dissonant note, but kind of make these complex, colorful chords to go for more of that futuristic sound, which I think they accomplished. And a couple other things that I noticed that I thought was interesting. One is a voice near the top, it might be the top, is in this E chord, you've got this A in the top. And then when they go to that second chord, that kind of B flat 7 over C, they still have that A. Oops, sorry. Pulling the guitar weird. That stays in the chord and it's very audible. And that's just a really good technique when you want to introduce strange chords. Instead of doing something like this, those sound worlds apart. But something like, because they add this extra color and extensions, and they have shared notes between the chords, you can get away with a lot of stuff that you couldn't do with basic triads. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. This is my first video where I'm kind of explaining a little bit more about the songs I'm playing over. So I'm going to try not to spam you with my music ramblings. But the last little thing is that I just want to talk about a couple of things I did in the solo and where my head was at. So that first little thing was I was trying to work with an interesting arpeggio. And that again is that's that E sus11/7 arpeggio. You get 7, 1, 4, 5, 1. And then I also introduced the flat 6 at the top. And so that brings me to the next point where I'm basically playing in between two modes. over the E chord, I play E Aeolian, or just E natural minor. And then over the B flat over C chord, I play B flat Lydian. Now, why would I choose to do that? Well, it's a major 7 chord, so it could be either a major scale, if we're thinking diatonically. It could be the Aeonian, or the 1 chord, or it could be the 4 chord, which is the Lydian. I used Lydian mode because that has the most shared notes over the 2. When you are mixing modes and keys, the more things they have in common, it's easier to make that gap less jarring, that transition less jarring, because they already have things that are shared. So that's my little spiel. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the solo. I'm definitely do more of these. And if you have any more ideas for songs, anything like that, please let me know. I do appreciate you watching, and take care.